It's yet again a very, very polluted day in the northern part of the country. 500 points in Hisar is making it the most polluted city. We also have other cities on the list of the top 10 that include Ghaziabad, Noida, as well as parts of Manesar. In Delhi, the pollution count is coming in at 457 points this morning, which is 50 points more than what it was yesterday in the morning. Yesterday, in fact, was the third most polluted day of the season, but today is set to be even worse. In fact, pollution levels are expected to hit emergency levels. Winds are very, very calm. They're about 3.6 kilometers per hour. The temperatures have dipped considerably, and there's added moisture due to a western disturbance, which will not actually result in rain, but just add to the humidity levels. And every time that happens, the moisture added in the atmosphere makes the pollutants even heavier, and they get stuck and are not allowed to escape the city. So that is the reason why we're seeing this smog early this morning, and of course it will continue for the next 48 hours. Now, what is adding to this mess is the fact that the contribution from the farm fires, the farm fire count has gone down to about 740 as of 2 days ago. It was even more. It was touching almost 6,000. That has come down, but the contribution is on a high. From 25% yesterday, it's now coming in at 22% today. So 22% of Delhi's pollution will be from the farm fires in Punjab as well as Haryana. Should the kids be going to school in this kind of pollution, which can actually have irreversible damage? The pollution, once inhaled, cannot come out of the lungs. Much of Delhi, Noida and the neighborhood was a deep red. That's severe levels of pollution. 11 days ago, schools were made to shut at severe levels, with PM 2.5 hitting 600 micrograms per cubic meter in several places. The agencies involved, that's the Supreme Court mandated EPCA or Environment Pollution Prevention and Control Authority, and the Central Pollution Control Board, were closed. Bhurilal, EPCA chief for over 2 decades, was unavailable. NDTV reached out to 2 EPCA members. Both said they've got no calls for an EPCA meeting despite the terrible air pollution in and around Delhi.
Ideally, schools should shut down. When the children leave for schools, which is around 7:30, 7:45 in the morning, and they often run towards the bus, etc. That's the time of worst levels of air pollution.
Another member said that if the CPCB's task force advises EPCA on steps like shutting schools, action needs to be taken on priority now to prevent a similar crisis next year as well.
Task force constituted by the Central Pollution Control Board, which provides recommendations to EPCA based on the Graded Response Action Plan. However, the reality is that emergency measures are at best band-aids, but the problem with that plan is it doesn't really prioritize among its many actions.
हमारे जो देवर अंदर ICCU में है, वो पोल्यूशन के कारण है. कौन जो आज जो हमारा यहाँ पे 5-6 लाख रुपए लगेगा, कौन देगा? गवर्नमेंट देगी या पराली जलाने वाले देंगे?
I don't think this is going to solve any problem. And every year this happens, like, we get summer vacations, winter vacation, now pollution vacations. So kids have started making fun out of that.
In severe air pollution, the health advisory for kids says avoid outdoors, do not exert and remain indoors. With camera person N. Ravi, this is Divya Vadva for NDTV.
Support the movement for clean air. Log on to ndtv.com and sign the NDTV Citizens Charter. Here's what the central government can do. Stop delaying the implementation of existing national emission standards for power plants. Convene an interstate multi-stakeholder process to address the root causes of agricultural stubble burning and develop a lasting solution. Strengthen pollution control boards and make their functioning more transparent. Start developing an airshed management program that looks at regions and not just cities in efforts to cut down air pollution. Here's what the state governments can do. Rapidly scale up public transport infrastructure, particularly buses, make approvals for new construction more stringent and improve enforcement of pollution norms on construction sites. And here is what the citizens can do. Make air pollution a voting issue by asking politicians and political parties what they are going to do to tackle air pollution throughout the year. Use public transportation and reduce and manage our own waste better. Log on to ndtv.com and sign the NDTV Citizens Charter. We will send this charter to the Prime Minister, the Health and Environment Ministers and the Chief Ministers of the worst affected states.